Good morning, guys. It is currently 8 a.m. I've already been up for a little bit, but I thought that I would make a vlog and that I would kind of just bring you guys along my morning routine and kind of what I do on a day-to-day. Today is going to be a little bit more of a chill day just because today is Sunday. However, if I pull up my calendar here, I still have multiple calls on the schedule for today. You guys can kind of see I'm already kind of running an hour behind just because I kind of wanted to get an idea of how I wanted to frame this video, just because I don't typically vlog much at all. The only time I really have vlogged in the past is like on vacations and stuff, but I wanted to bring you guys along with kind of like what my morning routine looks like, because a morning routine really kind of solidifies and sets the rest of the day up. And truthfully, I made a video probably 2 years ago at this point that was called How This Morning Routine Made Me $250,000 in 6 months. Like, the title of that video is really true. I feel that these morning routines really just get you primed and ready to go win the day, right? Another day, another W, right? And so even here, if I pull up my calendar again, like, I wake up at 4:45 pretty much Monday through Friday. However, you guys can kind of see, like, on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, I like to sleep in a little bit, and I'll hit the gym around like 7 or 8. But with that being said, one of the first things that I do, and I got this from this guy named John Mark Stevenson. He's a stud. He's a killer in business. And he does this thing that's called 5-4-5 every morning. I do it as well. And basically you write down 5 goals on a journal, and then you write down a 4-step morning routine, but it's like a checklist, so you check it off. And then you write down like your top 5 to-dos for the day to really push the needle forward in your business. So if you're watching this channel, you more than likely either are a business owner, an entrepreneur, or you want to be, right? And for those of you who know, I run a virtual financial services agency. And so that's my business. I run a huge sales team. And I'm getting over the flu. I had the flu. I just got back from Miami. I was out there apartment shopping. So I'll kind of get right into my goals and stuff. So, for example, one of my goals that I put down on here is to move to Miami. And I'll be doing that here in the next couple weeks. If you guys don't know, I used to live in Manhattan. I lived there for 2 years. Prior to moving to Manhattan, I lived in San Diego for a year. Prior to moving to San Diego, I lived in LA for 2 years. So I've moved around quite a bit. But one spot that I've noticed as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, everything is about positioning, right? You don't get lucky. You position yourself to receive luck, right? A lot of people will say that, certain successful individuals are lucky, when really, like, you haven't seen all the stuff that individual did prior to position themselves to basically set themselves up to get lucky, right? Because business absolutely takes just a little bit of luck, but you can create your own luck. That's the biggest thing. So, moving to Miami, I just feel like would be such a smart business move, because so many young entrepreneurs are moving out there right now. Not only are there just a shit ton out there already, the more other like entrepreneurs who are younger that I watch on social media, they're like, I'm moving to Miami. And so it's like, it just makes sense in terms of a business move. But my other goals are kind of private, just because they are like specific numbers I'm trying to hit, specific numbers I have, certain people on the team that I want to hit. So I'll kind of not show that, but I'll kind of show the rest in terms of what else is on here. Like, for example, the morning routine: make bed, drink water, journal, pray, gym. So in terms of these, if we look at this, I've already made my bed, which you guys can see right there. You know what's crazy? Hang on, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. This room right here, this setup, like there's my closet, there's a laundry basket. I have 3 whiteboards in here. There's my dog, my bookshelf, my Zoom background, pretty much. So this setup right here, I make like 50 G's a month from this setup. I literally roll out of bed, I come sit at this desk. This is where all the magic happens. So if we look at this, let's see. Morning routine, in terms of making my bed, that's already done. Drink water, it's already pretty much, I just chugged this thing. Journal, literally already just did that. Prayed, already did that. Now it's just time to hit the gym. This is the fucked up thing about making videos. I was just talking for probably like a solid 5 minutes. Was even recording. But I'm about to head out to the gym right now. And basically what I was saying is that I'm sure most of you are noticing, like especially since I showed that I made my bed, and this is my bed. I'm sure most of you are like, dude, what the fuck? Do you like live at home? I do, motherfucker. I do live at home. But you know what? I make fucking 50 grand a month from this bedroom. And guess what? In 2025, I'm gonna start making $100,000 to $150,000. Not from this bedroom, from my penthouse in Miami that I'm about to move into. Basically, I lived in Manhattan. Me and my girlfriend broke up, and I just packed up all my shit. Like literally, this all happened in like 48 hours. We were dating, then we weren't dating. I packed up all my shit and left. She thought I was capping. She thought she could disrespect me. She thought that I would just fucking stick around. Well, she fucking capped. She capped. Anyways, yeah, about to hit the gym. About to hit some legs today. I haven't been to the gym in a minute. I've been really slacking on the gym because I've been traveling. Like I just got back from Miami. So, and then I got the flu. And so between traveling and then getting the flu, I finally feel like I'm good enough to go hit the gym again. 4 degrees. Woo! Fuck. Fuck the Midwest. We get the fuck out of here. We gotta get to Miami, dude. 4 degrees? It's cold as shit. And I've had the car on for like 10 minutes. And it's still just fucking unbearably cold. God damn it. Pulling up to the gym. Let's get it. All right, so I just finished a killer leg workout. Then I come into the sauna. Dude, the sauna is like my absolute favorite part of the day. It's quiet in here. I just pray and meditate in here. I just get dialed in, and just the quietness. I love being the only person in here. I honestly, I can't stand when other people are in here, talking. If they're quiet, then I don't mind. But if they're talking, it just kind of ruins the whole purpose of why I was in here. Yeah, I look forward to this in the morning, and sometimes, if I have time at the end of the day and the gym hasn't closed yet, I'll end my day here too. I'll come here at night. I'll sit here for 30 minutes, get a good sweat going, and just battle those demons, right? It's obviously very hard to sit in here. It's 190 It's 192 degrees in here. So it's obviously tough on the mind, and you're just like battling because your mind is like, let's get out, let's get out, let's get out. And you're like, no, let's stay in. And it's just a constant battle. And so all of this stuff is meant to like increase your frequency going into the day, right? Especially like in business and in entrepreneurship. The law of attraction is a big thing. Like, what's it called? Like drawing money, drawing opportunity to yourself. The higher that you elevate your frequency, the easier you're gonna be able to do that. And for me, getting into the sauna is one of those key things that I do after a workout, man. Like after you get a good pump in, and then you sit in here and it just like flows even more. It's great. I would highly recommend. Just got out of the gym. It is ridiculously cold out here, guys. It's literally 4 degrees. And my hair is still a little bit wet. My beard is still a little bit wet, and I literally feel like my beard just crystallized just now, just from walking from outside to in the car. And it's I'm running behind today because I've been recording this video, so everything's taking a little bit longer, and I'm 4 minutes late to church. But the nice thing about that is that I mean, the first like 15-20 minutes is just worship music, and so I'll probably miss like one song, but I'll see you guys when I get in there. All right, so I just got back from church, and I felt the need to kind of tell you guys a little bit about my thoughts on church, because when I was younger, I was always turned off by church. I never liked it. I grew up Catholic, and so I just did not resonate with the Catholic Church at all. I remember every Sunday, we'd rarely go to church, but my parents did sign me up for Sunday school. So all the other kids that were in my Sunday school class would be like at mass with their parents, and then they'd walk out of mass and walk over to like the student area to do Sunday school. My parents dropped me off for Sunday school like 10 minutes late, like every Sunday. And I did not pay attention at all. I did not want to be there. I hated it. The only time where I tolerated it was when it was snack time. That's the only thing I cared about. And that was all through like elementary school and I can't really remember, maybe some of middle school, but I just was never into it at all. Didn't care about it, all that type of stuff. Pretty much all through high school and like 4 or 5 years after high school. So really like the last 10 years of my life, I've been pretty atheist. Just didn't really believe in God, more so believed in science. Thought that, I thought that there was a logical explanation for everything via science, right? This year, or not really this year anymore, but last year in 2024, the first like 6 months of 2024 was probably like the most challenging year of my life, for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that I have been making, an average of, from the time I was 19 till the beginning of 2024, I was making a solid $20,000 to $25,000 to $30,000 a month. And in the end of 2023, going into 2024, a few things changed with my business, and I wasn't making any money. So for about 7 months straight, like November, December of 2023, in the first 6 months of 2024, I was making like no money at all. And that was the exact same point in time in which me and my now ex-girlfriend broke up. And so a lot of things just kind of happened at once. Like October of 2023, I leave New York. Me and my girlfriend break up. I moved back to my hometown. Social media is not producing the amount of leads that it used to, so the amount of production my company is doing significantly dropped. I changed companies because the company I was previously with, my mentors were just, the relationship just wasn't where it needed to be. So like all those things happen. I joined a new company, completely different compensation payout, completely different commission payout. I had a lot of people quit, only brought, like 5 people over that I wanted to continue to work with. Didn't move anybody else over. So my team went from being very large to very small. And I was just living off of savings for like 7 months straight. And it was just so stressful just seeing just the number in my bank account just keep dropping. And I'm spending more money than I've ever spent in my life at this point, because now I'm running ads. I'm hiring these ads agencies. I'm hiring these content creators. I'm hiring the editors. My overhead is higher than it's ever been before. I'm making the least amount of money I've ever made. And it was just a recipe for disaster. Eventually I run out of savings, and then I'm having to pay for all these video editors, for all these script writers, for all these copywriters, for this ad agency. I also had 2 full-time sales managers that I was paying for on retainer every month. And I was just spending a ton of money thinking that all of that would increase the bottom end revenue, which it didn't. Learned a lot, and let's just say this. I learned a lot at the beginning of 2024. I was extremely humbled at the beginning of 2024. And I needed God at the beginning of 2024. That was the first time in my life where I was just like, fuck. I'm fucked, basically. Another thing too is that I was helping a buddy out. He wanted to move in with his girlfriend really bad, but still had his lease. He still had months left on his lease at his old apartment, but still went ahead and got an apartment with his girlfriend together. And there was about 3 months left on his lease. So I said I would just help him out and just like move in there. I knew I was only going to be there for like 2-3 months. So I didn't really bring too much of my stuff over. I was just kind of like staying there. I didn't like move in or anything. I just was like brought in, decent amount of clothes and stuff, and was just staying there. And this was at the same time that like all this shit was happening. And it got to the point where there was no food in that apartment. The only thing I was eating was one random box of pancake mix that he left in there in the cabinet. Just randomly found it. And I had no money for groceries. I had to steal deodorant from the grocery store. I had to steal deodorant from the grocery store. I went to Target, had to go get some things that I was going to buy. Ended up stealing it. Was literally just eating for about a week and a half straight for breakfast and dinner, just straight pancake mix. Because all it was powder and water, mix it in a bowl, dump it on a stove. That's it, right? There's nothing else to it. You're supposed to put an egg in it, but I didn't have any eggs. So it was literally just like literal pancake mix powder. I would put sink water in it, mix it, and then pour it on the stove. And that's all I would eat, is just literal just bread, pancake bread. Damn. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I had to get a serving job. And it got so bad to the point where I was like, I have to get a job. I lived in downtown Highland Park at this time, so I got a job at Peekska, just a restaurant down there. Super solid restaurant. Those guys are awesome over there. I love them. The owners, the managers, my coworkers. And I just had to get a job. And at that point, that was like my rock bottom, that I had to get a job for the first time since I was 19 and I was 23. And I just saw a story from a friend that said join our Bible study. And I was like, what the heck? Like, let me see what this shit's about, right? Didn't really think I was gonna like it. Thought it was gonna be super corny. It was a Bible study specifically for business owners. Immediately, like, the people in there were my type of people. They were awesome. People's testimonies that they were showing, I couldn't relate more to them. The individual running the Bible study literally does exactly what I do in the exact same business I'm in, except his organization is so much bigger. And so I really look up to him. And it really just turned a lot of stuff around for me. It turned a lot of stuff around for me. Immediately, it was just like, once I started building and growing that relationship with God over a course of a couple weeks of coming to the Bible study, I started to share more so what was happening in my life at the time. I shared with all of them, and this was very vulnerable for me to share. I shared with all of them that this was the first time since I was 19 and I'm 23 now that I had to get a job because I'm just super down bad right now. Things just started turning around. Like, two things really happened. I joined the Bible study, and then I joined a different organization, a different brokerage, a brand new startup brokerage, a startup company. I left where I was at, and I joined a startup. And those two things, building a relationship with Jesus and becoming Christian, not Catholic, becoming Christian, and then joining the new brokerage, both those things kind of happening at the exact same time, boom, took off. The second half of the 6 months in 2024 made $200K, like, cash in my pocket, commissions. I also had another dude on my team in 6 months working with me, made like $134,000 in that 6 months, and had a ton of other guys make, they were making around like, 10 to 12,000 a month. So they all got to like, 50, 60, 70K. But like, in 6 months though, that blew my mind, really, thinking about it. Now it's January of 2025, and now it's like, this time last year, where I was versus where I'm at now, and all that I've learned, crazy, literally crazy. I just thought I'd share that with you guys, just because the word today at church was very cool. This church that I had joined too, it's a guy who I met playing pickleball. He plays the guitar and he sings in the band for that church, so he invited me out once. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. I already was going to a different church, but I really liked this one. More of a smaller church. Everybody knows everybody. I like that type of vibe. And so, yeah, that was really cool. Just thought I'd share that. I went to Starbucks. Switched it up. I decided to switch it up for the vlog. It's 4 degrees outside, and I decided to get an iced latte today. I never get iced lattes. I always get a hot latte. Always get a hot caramel latte. Decided to get an iced caramel latte today. I always get the egg bites. I get 2 packs of the egg bites because I am too lazy to cook, so I never cook. I either buy food or my dad cooks. So I'm really gonna miss my dad's cooking. I'm gonna have to hire a private chef when I move to Miami, hands down, guaranteed. They're only like $4,000 to $6,000 a month, which is not bad at all. I could make all the money that I would save not cooking, not Uber eating, not like ordering Uber Eats, all the time that I would save prepping, cooking, and cleaning. I could easily make that $6,000 back like that. So I have a few meetings I need to jump on, so I'll probably just turn the camera on like maybe halfway through a meeting. You guys can kind of hear like really what my meetings sound like, what the day-to-day kind of sounds like, what like closing a deal sounds like, what like collaborating with other companies that I want to partner up with sounds like, kind of giving more of like an in-depth of truly what my day-to-day looks like, and really how I make. Right now I make an average of like 10 to 15,000 a week, right? And so I want to, and I pretty much kind of do the same thing every day. So if you guys see what like a day in the life looks like, then you'll kind of see what a week in a life looks like, and so you can kind of put that all together to really see like, okay, how is this guy making 10 to 15,000 a week? Well, you're literally seeing it live right now. If you guys have never gotten these egg bites from Starbucks, you guys are missing out. Let me show you. These, they're so good. I get the roasted red pepper ones. I don't get the bacon ones because the bacon ones have like this weird like weird, it's not Gouda cheese, but it's like it's like a weird type of like Gouda cheese that I just don't really mess with. But the roasted red pepper egg bites at Starbucks, dude, packed with protein, and they're amazing. And you just gotta start getting them. There's nothing else I can say. Get a coffee, get some eggs straight in the morning, pop a Zin, dude. You'll be dialed in.
Doing sales, it was door-to-door sales, and then I did like it. And then after I had like, so I was commuting from where I live now to Chicago, and then basically winter came around. It's a lot hard to do door-to-door sales in the winter, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
So
especially those Chicago winters, bro.
exactly, yeah, it's like 30-mile-per-hour winds, 20-mile-per-hour winds, like negative wind chill. So yeah, so I was just thinking like, how could I get into some kind of like sale environment to where like I have the same like flexibility.
So realistically, in terms of our business model, what are we really getting paid for? It really gets broken down into three main things. Number one is protecting families, right? We do that through our, term life policies, our final expense policies, and things of that nature. The other thing too goes right into the agency name, enhanced wealth. That's the next thing that we're getting paid for, is enhancing our clients' wealth, right? We do that by leveraging IULs. We do that by leveraging whole life policies. We do that by leveraging fixed index annuities. And then the third one is leadership development, right? So building a sales team and or agency, right? And so between the three of these, I kind of have them in order from like what you'd get compensated for, the most short term, and then like short term money, and then long term money. 100%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's financially beneficial for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the number one thing that I want you to kind of understand for when you start building your own agency, right? Because think about how powerful that is, and that can be multiplied too. So for example, like I earn 55% of all the production you do, right? How many other guys do you think are on the team that are at that commission?
What, 30% or?
Yeah, at 30%.
Oh, probably a lot.
A shit ton of dudes, right?
Yeah.
A shit ton. So if I'm earning a 55% spread, or if I earn 55% on all of the production that all of you guys do, now my compensation plan, my commission structure is basically 55% times X amount of people. So the more people that you bring onto your agency, then you are literally you decide what your commission contract is.
Gotcha.
And it's unlimited. So like if you so like for me, if I were just to write personal production for the rest of my career, I would just be at an 80% commission, right? I would just earn 80% for all the business that I write. But now, because I decided to build out an agency and build out a sales team, I earn 80% on all the production that I personally write. But now I'm also earning 55% commission off of all the production times the amount of people that I have on the team.
So amount. Gotcha.
Exactly. And you're in the exact same boat, right? Which is why we want you to get promoted as fast as possible. And you want to get promoted because you want to have a difference in contract. You want to have a spread, 100%.
Completely take over. And the problem you're having right now is that you're super busy with, like working in the business and everything, that you're not able to just work on the personal brand, like for the long term. And so based on that, like if I'm getting that right, that's correct. Does that sound?
Yeah.
Does that sound correct? Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm getting that right. I know like 100% definitely that we can do. So if you like, where do you want to go? Like, do you want me to just like go ahead and show you exactly how we do that?
Yeah, no doubt. Let me actually look at my calendar really quick. So I do have a call that starts in about 2 minutes. So I guess it kind of depends on how quick you can run through the demo. It's kind of up to you if you want to book another call to go through the demo, or if you think that I could be like 3 to 5 minutes late for this meeting too, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think that would be enough time.
Okay.
I think it'd be better if we just schedule another meeting, because I know we can help you. So I'd rather just have a little bit more time and break you through exactly what we can do for you. So, you know, probably even it's a good idea to get another time, because I can take a look like specifically at your situation and show like something specifically tailored to you. So why don't we lock in a time for, let me go ahead and check. So right now it's 12 a.m. for you? No, 12 p.m.
12 p.m. for me, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and check my calendar. So would you be, I think I'm very swamped tomorrow. I have a couple meetings, but I think Tuesday I should be available.
Okay.
Around the same time. I'll just quickly go ahead and check. Yeah, why don't we do Tuesday at 12 p.m. Chicago time?
That's fine. We can do that.
Okay, perfect. I want to go ahead and send an invitation.
Perfect.
But, you know, like Brian was saying, we went to that retreat in Miami, dude, and there's this guy, and, you know, I really related with his story, David Carpenter, and, you know, he tells Ryan and I and Waylon, he goes, dude, it's not religion, it's relationship that you have, you know, with Jesus Christ and God. And I was like, wow, bro, that hits, because it is. You don't have to go to like a Catholic church and go to confession and get confirmed and like have the communion and wine and to go to heaven and like do all this shit. Like, no, bro, you just have to have a good relationship. You got to be a good person. You got to be moral and ethical. We were put on this earth to be in the likeness and image of Jesus Christ. And what was he? He was love, bro. He was someone that gave other people love and gave other people value. And that's the same reason we were put on this earth, to literally give
and help.
Yeah, give help, because it all comes back to you. So I definitely just want to unmute myself and tell you, like, dude, I really am proud that you just put like such good dreams on there, dude, because a lot of guys, they take it for granted at us like having that dream list, and they'll just put like 3, 4 like just kind of shitty ones. And we won't say too much about it, but
I sat down last night. I thought about it. You know what I mean? Like, it took me 30 minutes to an hour to sit down and really think about where I want to be in 4 years or in the next 3 months, 6 months. You know what I mean?
Super big deal, not only for me, but for Eccles too. All right, appreciate it, boys. But yeah, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah. Dude, it's cool, yeah. I mean, and what's cool is, like, every month, it's like month 1, you're going to have $250 a month earning a higher of interest tax or zero market risk. Month 2, now you're going to have $500 compounding. Then it's going to be like $750, and it's just going to continue to keep compounding, which is going to be great. So yeah, this is super awesome. Again, congratulations.
And eventually in the future, I might take off you guys, and it'll go up to, you know, $1,500 a month. I'm investing into it.
Absolutely, dude. That is in your near future. I promise you. Right? Like Richie and I have been saying, dude, just meet us halfway. Like, we have the systems, the processes, we have, you know, like,
I got the work ethic, brother. I'll be here.
Let's go. I love it, dude. Just closed the deal. Hopped right back into another call. Gonna close another deal. One out of 3 for the day so far. About to be 2 for 3 for the day. This is like my 3rd time meeting with this client. They're rolling over $1.3 million. That's why I kind of was taking a couple more conversations. But yeah, dude, this deal alone will pay me like $70K. No, more. Whatever 85% of 1.3 million is what my commission will be on this. So I'll set the camera up. If we get to the point where I'm submitting the deal, I'll pull the camera back up, and then I'll show you guys. Just got done with that call. Sometimes those calls are so draining. That call was an hour and a half long. And when you're when you're talking to clients who are getting like some really strategic shit set up, like for example, it's not just us working with them, it's us and two other people. So it's us, we're like operating on the wealth management side of this. Then they have CPAs on the tax side working through this because they make a lot of money, so they have to pay a lot in taxes, so they're trying to mitigate as much as that as possible. We're also working with estate planning lawyers, because there's a lot of money that's going to pass generations, and there's a lot of money getting paid out in death benefit. There's like over $10 million getting passed down when they inevitably pass away, right? So between us, the CPAs, and the estate planning lawyers, there's just a lot of moving parts. These types of calls are not, like, for example, that was my third call with them. And it's just like every step of the way, it's getting like a little bit closer, and then getting everybody on the same page is just a lot. So we didn't submit it today, but like we're gonna submit it. I mean, they're totally committed to working with us. Like there's so much going on. It would not make any sense for them just to like back out. They know what they need to do. It's just like now we're just setting it up. So this is like a full like an entire estate plan, along with trying to mitigate as much tax as possible, and then we're just moving millions of dollars from certain accounts into accounts that offer them principal protection, guaranteed income for life, bonuses, all these different things. So it's tiring, it's draining, but it's also very exciting, and we get compensated extremely handsomely for doing it. And so yeah, very exciting. I have another call in about 45 minutes or so. I'm gonna go eat just because I'm freaking hungry, and then yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna chill until my next call. So we are one for actually another call got booked on my calendar. So now there's 5 opportunities, 5 at bats to make money. So I mean, like, realistically, there's days where like I'll close like 5 deals or something, and that is like a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 day. Obviously, it takes time for them to all pay out because money has to get transferred and all this type of stuff. Each type of deal is so different that some deals are like instant approval to where like they pay out like that, like in less than 48 hours, I'll get paid. Other deals is you close it, and then it takes like a month for all the funds to get transferred, and then your commission gets paid out. So even though like technically, like let's just say today, the next 3 calls I close, I could have like a $30,000 day today. But in terms of stuff that I did last week or the week before, I can make $10,000 this week or $20,000 this week, and it'll all be from business that I closed like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's kind of how that happens. You get paid for the work you did a week, 2 or 3 weeks ago. All the stuff I'm doing now is what's going to pay me next week and maybe like the week after, depending on how long it takes to transfer funds and everything like that. But it's all very exciting. And yeah, this is like a legit day in the life. Like, the mornings is more so like me time, my morning routine, really taking care of me. And then throughout the day, I mean, you can see I have it right on here from 10 to 10 prospect and close. So like for 12 hours from like 10 a.m. to like 10 p.m., I'm on like crunch mode. Like I'm doing everything I can to make as much money as possible throughout that time. And then after 10 p.m., it's just mainly just me chilling and stuff too. And obviously what's cool is like I control my calendar. So like any day, like tomorrow, if I want to go snowboarding, I'll go snowboarding. If tomorrow I want to fly out to Florida, like I will. Tomorrow, if I want to just like do whatever the fuck I want, I will. Like I'll just cancel what's on my calendar. Like for example, I only have 1 meeting tomorrow. I have 1 meeting tomorrow, and if I want to cancel it, I can. If I don't want to, I don't need to. Typically, I just book my stuff out like a day or 2 in advance because I like to keep everything else open. Because I like to have the freedom to pretty much do whatever I want, right? Which is exciting. Like for example, I might fly up to Detroit in the next couple days just because I got some friends out there. have somebody that I might want to go visit and hang out with. So we'll see. I pretty much got done with all my meetings from 4 p.m. I mean, from noon to 4 p.m. So, actually, no. So I did at least the closing calls. So like I said, the closing calls were from 12 to 4. I just completed those. It's like 4:50 right now. Right after my call, after all the closing calls at 4, I kind of just called my best agents, and I just kind of shot the shit with them, was kind of talking to them, asking how their weekends are going, asking them, what all they've been doing. At the end of every day, so basically in our business, in our sales team, there's 2 types of people on our sales team. There's the trainees and the trainers, right? The trainees are all noobs. They're making, decent amount of money. They're being trained, right? So, I don't really talk to those people much at all. The trainers, though, like, I talk to those guys every day. And in our business, we call the trainers CFTs, so like certified field trainers. And I have a group chat of like just the CFTs. And I require that the CFTs, submit an end of day report at the end of every day, just so that I'm able to kind of track and see, like, who's actually working and who's not. Realistically, that's all it's meant for. And it's also accountability. Like, my CFTs, like, know that at the end of every day, if they submit their end of day report and they've done zero HIs, 0 day ones, 0 PFRs, they've submitted no points, they've brought on no business partners, they've done 0 dials, they've booked no appointments, like, if everything's zeroed out, I know that they haven't done shit. And also, we all post it in the same group chat. They don't send it directly to me. I make them specifically send it in one place where it's public for everybody on the team to see. So everybody else on the team is seeing if you are or aren't doing shit, basically. And the end of day report from yesterday, from Saturday, was like, this was like a Saturday where I saw an exceptional, or a very high increase in production. I'm like, whoa, typically, the end of day reports on Saturday are kind of light, right? Because people kind of, they take their foot off the gas on Saturday. No, dude, it looked like they put their foot on the gas during the weekend, because our group chat's blowing up right now of people being like, oh, I just submitted this deal, I just submitted this deal, I just brought on this partner, I just brought on this business partner, all these different things. And so I'm looking at the end of day report from yesterday, which was Saturday, and I'm looking at the group chat of the wins channel, and everybody posted their wins today, and I'm like, damn, like, the team is crushing on the weekend, which hasn't always been the case. And so culture is so massive, and building the right type of team is so massive. Like, for example, like Elon Musk, the guy's just an engineer, right? He's not like a superhuman by any means in terms of how he can run Tesla, the Boring Company, SpaceX, Neuralink, and then the satellite one. I forget the name of the satellite one. Starlink. That's 5 companies. Twitter. He's also now going to be in government with Trump. Like, he's doing all these different things. You know what Elon Musk is exceptional at? He's an exceptional individual at building teams. He is so good at building teams. He takes people and has them all collaborate, and he's able to recruit the best of the best, because people just want to come work for him because of his of his status. People want to come work for him. And assignments that would typically take, let's just say 6 months, 9 months, he's like, no, you have 1 month to do it. Figure it out. And that is the ability for him to be able to do those things at such a high level is extremely impressive. And so, for example, in this business, being in financial services, I'm now a broker, so I actually have like my own franchised agency, right? I call it Enhanced Wealth. That's the name of my agency, Enhanced Wealth. And there are other individuals at our brokerage that we're really at competition with, right? Because the top, here's what's crazy. The top agencies of the brokerage get the biggest bonuses at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, you know, and at the end of the year, and they get the biggest cut of equity in the brokerage. And so it's like, dude, you want to, and it's on a curve too. So, you know, the difference in a bonus between like third best producing, highest production agency in the brokerage versus first, it's a significant difference. It could be the difference of getting paid like $600,000 in a bonus in December versus getting paid $100,000. Like, that's how drastic it can be, just kind of based on what I've seen in the past, right, when other bonuses have been paid out. What we're doing at Enhanced Wealth is that we are building a team of absolute killers. People who want to absolute dominate. People who don't want to be anything other than number one. That's the mindset I've had, and that's the mindset that I'm transferring that mindset to everybody on my team. We look at the leaderboards, and we're just like, where are we not winning? What categories we're not winning in? Okay, we need to execute on this, right? And we do the same thing, not only just at a competitive level in terms of competing with all the other agencies within our brokerage, but competing with yourself, right? Auditing. We have something called the 5S. This is going to be extremely powerful. If you made it this far into the video and you're watching up until this point, listen to this. Fulfillment really comes from the pursuit of being the best version of you. Imagine when you have inevitably passed away and you die and you go to heaven and you're presented in front of God, and God has this individual standing next to him, and he's like, you know what, Ryan? This is the man that I created you to be. Now I want you to ask yourself this. Imagine you are in front of God, and God is saying, this is the man, this is the woman that I created you to be. Are you going to be an identical twin to that person, or are you going to be absolute strangers with that person, with that version of you that God literally created you to be? What would you rather be? Would you rather be an average, mediocre person who no one gives a shit about? And when you inevitably eventually go to heaven and you're presented in front of God, and he displays what he created you to be, do you want to be a stranger to that person, or do you want that person to be an identical twin and confidently look at that person and be like, we are the same person? Obviously, you want to be the same person. So listen to this. How can you actively audit your life and measure the version of you compared to like last week, or maybe even do a daily, whatever it may be? I do it with my people weekly. These 5 things, the 5 F's, right? And this is like ingrained into the core of our company. The 5 F's. Every company has like a mission and a vision. This is ingrained into, you know, what we strive to be. Obviously, you know, when people join our sales team, there's a link in the bio to join our sales team. People want to do it because they want to make money. Yes, you can make a lot of money here, but that's not all that you should try to do, because if you make a shit ton of money and you don't have if you don't have a relationship with God, you don't have a relationship with your family, you are not fit, and you don't have fun because like you're a workaholic, then congratulations, buddy. You got a lot of zeros in the bank account, and you're fucking miserable, right? Like, obviously you don't want that. So audit yourself right now. Literally Go get a piece of paper and a pen right now and audit your own life right now. Write out F. From a scale to 1 to 10, obviously 10 being the best, how much of a solid relationship do you have with God? Write that down. Your family, from a scale to 1 to 10, how good of a relationship have you built with your family? How good of a brother are you? How good of a sister are you? How good of a son are you? How good of a daughter are you? How good of, a nephew are you? How good of a cousin are you? Like, just really think about how good of a grandson are you? How good of a granddaughter are you? Right? Really think about this and audit this section. Okay, now put that number down, 1 through 10, 10 being the best. Okay? In your finances, scale to 1 to 10, where are you at? Write that down. In your fitness, scale to 1 to 10, where are you at? And then fun. Are you just, audit your life. Do you just work all fucking day, come back home, watch Netflix, repeat the next day, go to work, come home, be a fucking slob, sit around, be lazy as fuck, go to work, come back, do the same thing? Or do you actually have fun? Do you travel? Do you go snowboarding? Do you go play pickleball? Do you go golfing? Do you go wakeboarding? Do you go skydiving? Do you go hiking? Do you go bike riding? Do you go for walks? Do you actually do shit that you enjoy doing? Do you go bowling with your friends? Do you go play darts with your friends? I'm just thinking of shit that I like to do. I like to play darts. I like to go bowling. I like to go snowboarding. I like to walk. I like to go on hikes. I love to play pickleball. I love to play golf. I love to travel. I love to go on vacation. I love to go to different countries. And I do a lot of that, right? Are you though? Are you though? That's the question. Audit your life. Write those 5 F's down. Okay? And look at those numbers. Are you satisfied with them? Do you like what you see? Are you happy with where you're at 1 through 10? Every single day, you should strive to get as close to a 10 in all 5 F's as you possibly can. And the pursuit of getting to a 10 in all 5 F's is where you're going to get your happiness. It's where you're going to find your fulfillment. The 5 F's is the fulfillment formula. That's what we teach here at Enhanced Wealth. We teach you how to get as close to a 10 as possible in all 5 F's in your life. So not only can you make a lot of money, but you can be inside of an environment where everybody is actively in the pursuit of being the best version of themselves, so that when you inevitably pass away and you go to heaven and God presents you with the version of you that he created you to be, you can confidently look that version of you in the eyes and be like, dude, you're my twin. You are my twin. Next couple hours, I'm just gonna kind of catch up on emails. I'm just kind of gonna do some deep work in terms of just knocking out some shit that's on my to-do list from this morning. From the actually, let me look at what I've done so far. I'm curious actually, because it's already 5:08 and I have a call in an hour. Dude, keep in mind it's Sunday. I've been grinding all day long and it's Sunday. All right, so I did hit the gym. Currently filming the day in the life right now. Did all my sales calls. So all my sales calls are done except for the one at 6 o'clock, but that's gonna be in an hour. I have to record product trainings. I already met with that guy to do the update with the link in the bio. Followed up with him. He's just gonna try to sell me on something. But here's the thing. Bro, if it's gonna value me, I'm gonna pay for a service, but we'll see. And then I have to add some more system videos into our school community. So that'll be dope. I'm excited for that, and I'll pick up the camera later when I have another update for you guys. One of my favorite parts and one of the dopest things about, running a sales team is just the fact that, all the wins that you see that everybody on the team is having is literally awesome. Like it's one of the most, it's dope to make money, but it's so fulfilling to see like the guys on your team making a ton of money as well, and just seeing everybody's wins in here. It's literally just like, it's all next level stuff. I love it so much. It's like, truthfully, one of my favorite parts is seeing everybody else win just outside of, obviously, myself, which is literally like, bro, David making $13,200 in one day. Like, that's ridiculous. There's literally no other business where you can get people from never being in business, never being in entrepreneurship, never being in sales, getting them a life insurance license, teaching them how to sell, teaching them how to get in front of people, showing them a plug-and-play system that you just plug them into. And that guy, David, bro, in his first 4.5 months joining the sales team, he made $100,000. And the guy was in construction before getting into this business. Richie, I think it was his third or fourth week joining my sales team. He made $10,000 in a week, and he had 2 jobs. Well, he was a full-time college student. He was a full-time D1 athlete playing baseball. He worked for his dad's landscaping business, mowing lawns and stuff like that. I literally remember him being on Zooms with me, and him being just on his phone and having his AirPods on. He's literally on a riding lawnmower. And he did DoorDash. And literally, I think it was his 4th week with me, made $6,000. And then the week after that, he made another $4,000, and he made $10,000 within a 5-day period. We see stuff like that quite a bit on the team, which is super dope. And so I think I've said it a couple times throughout the course of this vlog, but what is stopping you from just booking a call with me and just having a one-on-one conversation to just learn more about the opportunity? I have company overview links in the description of the YouTube videos. Dude, just book a time, sit down with me on a Zoom, and it's literally just an introduction call for me to get to kind of know you a little bit more, and then for you to get to know me and what we do, our business, what we sell, our products or services, all that stuff. You literally have nothing to lose. All right, 7 p.m. on a Sunday. Let me turn the volume down on this Zoom. I'm on a Zoom right now with the last closing call of the day, and hopefully we can get a policy submitted here. That would be pretty dope to end the day off with a nice big policy. I went and spoke at a live event in front of a group of people, and right now this guy is he works crazy hours. He works 7 days a week, 16 hours. This is the only time that he's available. And, but you know what that means? If he's working 7 days a week, he's working 16 hours a day. He's working 70 hours-ish per week, which means he's getting, a lot of money. And so he wants to place his money into different investments. He wants to place his money, into an IUL. He's done a ton of research on it. When I went to go present in front of this large group, he actually knew a ton about the IUL already, and he was actually he was low-key he was contributing to my talk and being no, everything he's saying is true, and he's very excited. He's been wanting to get into an IUL for a while, but he didn't know who he wanted to do it with, and then I happened to come in and present in front of him, and we're finally connecting with him. So me and my business partner right now, or one of the agents of my team, he knows him. And so the 3 of us are in the car right now, and hopefully we can get a close here to end off the workday. Yeah, no, we don't need to get into the LOI by any means, but in terms of contributing $30,000 a month, that's kind of and it's a little unrealistic. And the only way I say that, or the only reason why I say that, is because right now, with what you currently have set up, you're bringing home $16,000 a month. Was he saying?
Yeah. What he told me is that when you put yourself in a situation where you have to do something, you're gonna find a way to do it, because he used to contribute $80,000 to his. He contributed $80,000.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but I get it. I kind of get that whole like put your back against the wall, you know, type of deal. But again, like realistically, we can build room into the policy to allow you to put 30,000 in. However, we can set the bar to where what the contributions are is that like.
What I was telling him like.
I like that, Ryan. We build it with the 3,200. We build it death benefit.
My thing was I was telling him, how do you all put $30,000 into the damn? They ain't even got the business yet. Like,
yeah.
But we're in the middle of purchasing my business. See, I think my business, like the business that I'm already ready to start, that he's gonna help me fund. I think it's gonna make more money than the business that we even buying.
Yeah, no doubt.
With that being said, I really like that.
But we'll just keep it at a level. So from the security, leverage that by 50 to pay off a policy for the year. Because you have another 50 to leverage that to do whatever needs to be done, but you're accumulating interest on each one of them.
Okay.
Work day is over on this beautiful Sunday night. This is what the grind looks like, ladies and gentlemen. It's 8:27 p.m. Just closed a monster deal, because that's just what we do here. Let's see, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 closing calls. First one was closed. Second call, very complicated deal. Multiple parties involved, estate planning lawyers, CPAs, not really a type of call that you can, even though that was the third call we've had. Those really big deals take multiple conversations because there's just a lot of work to do. The 2 p.m., that was a no-show. Happens. No-shows happen. He got called into work. The third one, that was also a done deal. That was a close, which is super legit. He's also a business owner. He's going to do some marketing stuff with us as well. And then the last call of the day, another monster close on a policy. Very excited to work with this guy, just because he has a lot of solid connections. So we're celebrating with some beer nuggets for all of my Midwest friends. You know, you can either get the garlic parmesan beer nuggets, which are the type that I get 99% of the time. But you know what? I decided to switch it up a little bit. Decided to go with the cinnamon beer nuggets. You know, less of an appetizer, more of like a dessert, right? But because it's a Sunday, you know, I'm probably just gonna end up reading. I'm about to put my blue light glasses on, so actually, you know what? I was about to just end the vlog right here, but I'm not going to. I don't typically go to bed until like midnight, 1 a.m. So really, this wouldn't be a day in a life if I stopped the vlog like 4 hours early. So I'm hungry. I might go out to eat, or I'll see if I can make something at home. But right now, I'm just gonna munch on these beer nuggets. I'm gonna throw the blue light glasses on here in a little bit, and I do have some ads to record, so I need to record some ad creatives before the end of the night, and then after that I can change out of like, because I'm wearing like business casual pants from Zara. I'm wearing an entire Zara fit right now, actually. Socks I'm wearing are from Zara. These business casual pants I'm wearing is from Zara. This hoodie is from Zara. I recently found Zara. Probably 2 months ago when I was in Miami. One of my boys who's always just dressed like insane drip, I was like, bro, your business casual fits are fire. Where do you shop? And he was like, Zara. I was in Miami, went to Zara. My whole life changed. Now I've been to a Zara in Chicago, been to a Zara in Portland, I've been to a Zara in Miami. And every single time I go, I drop like $600 just because it's just like, bro, this like, you know, like when you go in a fitting room at places and you're like, oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Whenever I go into the fitting room at Zara, I'm like, that's fire. I have to get this. Or that's fire. I have to get this. So I love their clothes. I'm very glad that I found them. don't know really. I have no idea where I was going with that. Oh yeah, I have to record ads because I want to create some new ad creatives. So I'm gonna do that tonight. Still, I still have not recorded any of the training modules that I need to upload into school for the rest of the sales team. So I gotta crank that out tonight. So we're done for meetings for the day, but we're not done with work, if that makes sense. As an entrepreneur, you're really never done with work. You have clients that text you in the early as hell in the morning. You got clients that text you at night. You got clients that call you. You got clients that email you. You got business partners that call you, that email you. But hey, that's the price you pay making 50 grand a month. And eventually going to cross over 6 figures a month here very soon with this, with how fast the team is growing, with the amount of production that we're doing. 100K months in the future, and I'm going to document the whole thing. Right now, just to be transparent with you guys, I make an average about $45,000 to $50,000 a month. And this is kind of what life is right now. I'm going to document. I just realized I'm using my hands and I have sugar all over my hands from the beer nuggets. But I can't wait to really document the entire journey from like 45 to 50K a month to 100K a month, so you guys can all see it live. You guys can all see it happen in real time right in front of you. So very exciting stuff. My arm is getting very tired holding the camera, so I'm going to finish these beer nuggets and I will pick you guys up later. Okay, it is now 11:20, and I've just been doing a ton, just knocking out stuff on my to-do list, just like knocking out, just knocking out, what's it called? Deep work type stuff. I did record all those ad creatives, which is awesome. I'm getting all those edited here right after I finish this admin work. I'm gonna get all that stuff sent out to my guy who runs the ads for me, and then I'm gonna start running those new creatives, and then realistically after that I'll pretty much be done for the day. It's been an extremely productive weekend. I honestly wish that I started vlogging Saturday, because between Saturday and Sunday we have brought on 9 new business partners. We closed, just personally myself, few people today, I think 3 today, and then closed a few yesterday. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 yesterday, and then the rest of the team, they're just dogs. Like, they're just getting after it. We did so much production yesterday as well on Saturday, and so far first month of the year is looking really, really, really solid. I for those of you who don't know like how the business works or anything, I've been an agent, so I came over to GFI like I had mentioned in June. So the last 6 months I've just been an agent. I got promoted to a broker in January, so like the first of January, so in 2025 I'm now a broker. So because of that, I fully have ownership over my agency, all that type of stuff. So that's extremely exciting. Not only was I the youngest person in the history of the company to become a broker, but I also did it in the shortest amount of time possible. I did it in 5 months. So, and it is pretty challenging. What I did in 5 months typically takes people a couple years to do. I don't say that to like brag. I say that because like all the other agents that are on my sales team that are watching this, like, you guys could do the exact same thing, right? Especially, I've already done it. I can teach you how to do it as well. So very, very exciting stuff. I'm pretty tired. Been kind of just going after it today, which has been great. Super blessed. And one thing I just want to leave you guys off with is I want you guys to remember that like you truly do create your own reality. If you're not happy with where you're at, blame yourself. Like, stop pointing your finger out at everybody else and literally point your finger back at yourself. Everything is your fault. Like, if you're not where you want to be at in life, that's your fault. If you don't look the way that you want to look in terms of like your physique and everything like that, that is your fault. If you are depressed, if you're sad, if you hate your life, that is your fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not your enemy's fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's whoever you're blaming, it's not their fault. It's your fault. You know what else is your fault? If you're a multimillionaire, that's your fault. If you absolutely love your life, that is your fault. If you look incredible and have an insane physique, that is your fault. Everything is your fault. Just remember that. And one thing that is so true is in the Bible, it says, what you sow is what you reap. That is like the truth among truths. What you sow is what you reap. What you put in is what you get, right? So if you don't like what you're getting, if you don't like your outputs, audit your inputs. Seriously audit your inputs. And so this has been fun. It's definitely been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, this vlog, and really kind of bring you guys into my day-to-day, bring you guys into my life, show you guys what I'm building here. I legitimately am going to build the biggest financial services agency anyone has ever seen. It is going to be the fastest that anyone has ever seen. It is going to have the most incredible culture. People are going to leave other brokerages just to come here to join our team. Everybody's going to ask us how we're doing it. Yeah, I'm blessed. I hope you guys liked this video. I'm probably just going to end it right here. And again, before I let you guys go, if you want to pursue an opportunity that allows you to have time freedom, financial freedom, and location freedom, if you want to travel, if you want a good challenge, right? Because business is extremely hard. Sales is extremely hard. This is not easy. This is the furthest thing from a get rich quick scheme. The furthest thing from it. Many people have come in here and have made a lot of money really fast. A lot of people have come in here and made absolutely no money. It's like we all have the same license. We all hang our license with the same brokerage. We all sell the same products. We all follow the same system. Some people are making a ton of money. Some people don't make a single penny. What's the only non-common denominator? You. You are the only not common denominator. So is it the opportunity that doesn't work? Or is it you? Again, everything's your fault. Right? If you're making it to the end, if you've made it to the end, oh, this is going to be super embarrassing if not a single person comments this. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment, everything is your fault. Or just like, it's your fault. Because that's facts. That's straight facts. So, yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. And there's so much more to come. I hope that these vlogs and these videos educate you. I hope that they inspire you. I hope that it really makes you really believe in the fact that like anybody can be successful as long as you put your focus, time, energy, dedication, and disciplines into it, and that your habits, rituals, and routines are allowing you to elevate to a higher frequency. Because once you elevate to the frequency of money, the money just kind of comes to you, right? It's all positioning. You create your own luck. And so comment, it's your fault if you made it to the end of this video, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Peace out.